Welcome back to the tutorial on electric VLSI design system. In this tutorial, I'm going to design a large size transistors. That means in the previous case, I have designed this particular inverter with PMOS width 20 and NMOS width as 10. But this time I want to design an inverter which is multiplied by 5. That means the total width will be 100 in this case, and the total width of this particular NMOS is 50. So to do that, I want to create a new file. Before that, you just copy this design, use Control C and go to the cell, new cell, and select the mode as schematic and give the name as inverter underscore 100 underscore 50. This is for the remembrance. I have kept the width as 150 and click OK. Use Ctrl V to paste the design in the new schematic editor. Use fill window to zoom. You can see here, this is the general case, 2:1 ratio. That means 20:10. I have designed this. Now what you have to do is set this to increase the width. Select the transistor, click on tools, then go to the simulation spice, add multiplier, add the multiplier. So what is the purpose of multiplier here is nothing but it adds, it simply multiplies. If I say 5 multiplied by 20, the net width of this particular PMOS is 100. Similarly, you can do it for the NMOS. So go to the tools, simulation spice, add multiplier. So select this particular m is equal to 1 and set the value to 5. By doing so, what will happen is now the width of this NMOS is 10 actually, but now by setting the multiplier equal to 5, it will make the total width to 50. It is not affecting the lengths. The length of the transistor remains the same, only the width of the transistor is going to change. Now export the particular pins. Select this, go to the export, create export as in, and this pin as output pin as create export as out. Now the design is completed with PMOS whose total width is 100 and NMOS total width with 50. Now you can simulate the design from here itself by placing this particular spice code. Just use Ctrl C and Ctrl V. You can use window to fill window so that it can include all that files, and go to the tools, simulation spice, write spice deck. If everything works fine, this is nothing but your two transistors placed with length 0.36, 180 multiplied by 2, and width is equal to, it multiplied by m is equal to 5, 1.8 multiplied by 5. Now you can view the results by clicking on the pick visible traces here. Pick visible traces, set the in as well as the out. So this is working as a inverter. Nothing has changed. It is working as a inverter. Now I want the layout version of this particular schematic. Before that, I will create the symbolic view of this particular inverter with m is equal to 5 for both PMOS as well as NMOS. To get the symbolic view, you can go to view, make an icon view. This is the symbolic view of the inverter, but this is not the actual look of the inverter. You can change it or you can edit it by double clicking on this particular blue icon, blue color. This is the editable options. Here the component palette comes into your artwork. Here it is a artwork. You can delete this particular box and align this particular input and output pins to their respective places like input as well as output. Since this has to be connected, this edge has to be connected, you just shift this by using Ctrl J for rotation. Now place the triangle or polygon here, place it, use Ctrl J for rotation. Next place a circle, here before this, double click on this, set the value of x size to 2, y size to 2, hit OK so that its total radius decreases. Now you can bring that closer so that it looks like an actual inverter, and try to join this edge to this part. You can use your arrow keys. Now it is looking like a inverter symbol. Now you can place the text as well. For easy recognition, I am writing it as 100 by 50. So 100 indicates this is for PMOS and this 50 is for NMOS. You can save this, go to the Explorer. Here you can see it in the schematic. In the schematic also it is changed. I want to create the layout of this particular inverter with M is equal to 5 and for PMOS and M is equal to 5 for NMOS. That means total width of 100 by 50 for PMOS and NMOS. To do that, go to the cell, new cell, give the name as inverter underscore 100 underscore 50. The same name whatever you have given for the schematic, but this time you select the layout and you say OK. You can see that it is grouped under the same names. It is grouped under the same names. Here the component also changes. So how many transistors are required within my design? For a single transistor, if width is equal to 20, if I multiply it by 5, that means in total 5 transistors, 5 PMOS transistors need to be placed. Similarly, 5 NMOS transistors are to be placed to get a total width of 50. You can go to this particular component, select the PMOS, place it, the width, set the width of the PMOS as 20 each, click OK and use Ctrl J for rotation. Now you set the spice model priorly, tools, go to the spice, set spice model. You can change it using Control button, select this particular and use Control I. You can name it as CMOS P, CMOS P, and you can rotate it by 90 degree so that it gets rightly aligned, or you can increase the size of this text to 2.5 or 2. Now it is okay, it looks okay, and you have to place the P active on either side of this whose width is 20. Hit OK, use Ctrl J for rotation. Next you have to place this, copy this, Ctrl C, use Ctrl V. So like this you have to place the 5 transistors. can use this or to control C, control V. So 1, 2, 3, two more are required. Control V, sorry, control V. I can align them. You can one more is essential. Use control V. Now try to connect these transistors together. So what you have to do is to connect it. Left click, right click. So bring this active or source region nearer to that. Next, left click, right click. You can bring this together. Similarly, you can drag this nearer to that, and finally make a connections to all. Next, you can bring this closer. In a similar fashion, you connect all of these transistors so that they are grouped. You can use this edge and you can bring closer to them. This is okay. This looks fine. Hit this. You can bring this. A lot of manual work will go on here because it is a layout. You have to do it carefully to avoid the errors. So you can use left click, right click here. I'll show you why we are doing this and what is the drawback of this method also. Left click, right click. Okay. Next, one more edge is required. Control C, Control V to form the final edge. Left click, right click. Now your 5 transistors are completed whose width is 20. You can count the transistor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a similar fashion, you have to construct for the NMOS as well. So take a NMOS, place it, set the width of the transistor as 10, click OK, use Ctrl J for rotation. Now set the spice model first, because writing all the spice model will become, or it is a time consuming process. That's why in the earlier stage you have to write that. Go to the tools, simulation spice, set spice model. So select this particular spice model first, use Ctrl I. I can name it as CMOS N. CMOS N, whose size is 2.5 I have taken, and rotation is for 90. You can change direction as you like. Click apply and OK. Now it is written as CMOS. Now for source and drain regions, you have to use the inactive layers. Click on inactive, place it, hit it and set the width to 10. Click OK. Use Ctrl J for rotation of this. In this similar fashion, you have to place 5 more. Control C, or I'll copy this total. Control C, Control V, Control C, Control V. 1, 2, 3. Control V. Sorry. Control V. 4. Control V. Now total 5. You require last. We'll keep it. So try to connect this. Left click, right click, bring this closer. If you cross this will lead to error. But this is the minimum spacing between the polysilicon and as well as the source or drain region. Similarly, you do for the rest of this so that you can increase the or make the transistor whose width is total 50. This is fine. Similarly, you bring this nearer, make a connection. This is okay. The third transistor, connect this by bringing closer. Similarly, this transistor, diffusion regions, and now you can connect all this. The last, wait for the last, you can place here, and this final transistor. You can align this and you can make the connections. See, you can see this will lead to error without minimum spacing. Control C and Control V for this particular last region. Use Control. Now I can say that I have completed my 2 transistors with large width. Why I have to go for this particular operation is, for suppose if I want to design a PMOS, so this is nothing but your PMOS which I have taken from this location, PMOS. If I double click on it and set the width to 100, see this, what will happen? This is the thing what is happening. If I use Control J, this much of space is being utilized by this particular MOS transistor. Similarly, if I set the NMOS to 50, the same thing, if I align them vertically, what is happening? That means if you see that vertical area, it is occupying much in total. Moreover, the drawback is that as the length of this polysilicon increases, the resistance is going to increase. Once the resistance increases, the current flowing that is also gets dropped. That is the main drawback. To avoid this, we go to a concept called as MOSFET fingering. So these are called as the MOSFET fingers. So this is a single bar. That bar is broken down into few pieces. That concept is called as the MOSFET fingering. A large MOSFET is broken down such that it occupies the less area as well as gives more output or more current driving capability to the device. So that is the drawback. That's why we are not preferring this methodology of design. Okay, I'll try to delete this first, this one, and use fill window. Then you have seen in the previous case that all the MOSFETs are, that is polysilicons, are connected. So connect them. Just click them. Similarly, you can connect all of this, and in the same case it is applicable to NMOS as well. Just select this, right click, select this edge, right click, select this edge, right click. Now check whether we have any errors or not. Go to the tools, DRC. It shows that there are 0 errors and 0 warnings. So that means this is a transistor with width of 100 and this is a transistor with width of 50. Now which part is a source, which is a drain? If this is a source, if this part is a source, this will be your drain. And if this part is your source, this is drain, source, drain. So like that you have to take the classification. So before that, we'll try to place the wells to this logic. So for a PMOS, you require a N well. So select the n well and set the width as 60. We'll try it for 60. Okay, it looks fine. It looks fine for the 60. Similarly, you can place p well for the nmos. So select the size as 60 and set OK. Now you can see the wells are also placed. Now you have to make the actual connections. See the structure. If this is my source, just left click, right click. If this is my drain for the inverter, this has to be connected. Okay, this will be your source, this will be your drain, this will be your source, this is your drain. Now see this, once this is a drain, this becomes source. Source of NMOS should be connected to the ground. Source of NMOS should be connected to the ground. Source of NMOS should be connected to the ground. So all the sources are connected at the ground for the NMOS, and all the sources of this particular PMOS are connected to the VDD. And what about this particular polysilicon or gate? They have to be connected. If you can connect one, everything is connected. So you can take the example this, and you can place your pin so that you can connect a input pin, and this is your output pin. Now try to check the check gate, or first we'll try to name this or export the pins. So what is this? This is nothing but your VDD. Go to the create export and name it as VDD. Similarly, this is nothing but your input in, and this one is out, this one is ground. So you have to name the ports always. So use control to select the pins. Next use shift to do the multiple selections at a time. Use control I, set the unit size to 5. Click OK. Now it looks fine. Now try to check for any errors. Tools, go to the tools, check hierarchically. It shows that there are 0 errors and 0 warnings found. Similarly, you check the ERC, electrical rule checking, check for the well checks. So it says that no well errors are found because these two wells are connected, and this particular P well is connected to this particular substrate. So all the wells are connected, so no well errors are found. Go to the tools again and check for LVS, or which is nothing but NCC. Click on this. It says that there are some differences. For NMOS as well as the PMOS. In the inverter layout, what is that? PMOS in cell, we have in. If I remove this, wait, we'll see it back. We'll make a comparison back again. Go to the tools, check. It shows that the two parts, what is the part? NMOS and PMOS. Similarly, wires. So you can see that it is showing errors. The main error is all the drains are not connected. That's the main error. So you can connect this by using right click. So all the connections are made now. You can check it. Go to the ERC, it's okay. It shows no well errors. Go to the NCC schematic. So it says that exports are match, topologies match, sizes also match. Now you can see the 3D view of this particular layout view. Go to the window. You can see 3D view of this. So this is how a very large transistor, by using the multiplier configuration, you can view that. Window, fill window. So you can see the actual layout, how it is implemented. You can see this. Use fill window. So this is how all the transistors of large size widths can be implemented by using this particular electric tool. Now if you want to perform the simulation, it also works fine, and you can test it by placing the code in your design. So this is the layout view of your large size transistors. Now you place the spice code that we have placed in the design, or from the design you can copy that, or use the inverter sim, Control C, and place in the new design this layout. Use Control V. Since it is not visible, I increase the size to 2. Apply. OK. So now the size is visible, and you can perform the running simulation by going to the tools, simulation spice, write spice deck. So now it has performed the simulation. A small change is that if you want to perform the extraction of this, you go to the preferences, in that tools, spice CDL, go for the conservative RC, say apply. OK. Now if you run this particular simulation, what happens is you will have the extracted view. So that means you will have the RC extraction as well, metal to metal area, that means the capacitance effect, the resistances between the metals. So like that, it is going to extract everything for the analysis. So to view the results, go to the pickup. So you have to select the what is the output, what is the input. So you can select the V in and V out, because many parameters are there. So this is your output of the inverter for large size transistors. So remember that you can design any large size of transistor by using this particular methodology. Thank you. We'll continue with many more lectures in the coming tutorials. Thank you.